Yes, Elephant in the
sorry.
Dove, Skaneateles.
No, that was good.
Let's roll it.
Let's roll it.
Upscale Mexican food on a Saturday night in downtown Skaneateles, headed to Elephant and the Dove. Now, Elephant and the Dove does not take reservations, so first thing we did when we got there was check in. They told us it would be about 45 minutes for a table, and so we headed a couple doors down to the Lake House Pub for a couple drinks. There's plenty to do in Skaneateles to kill 45 minutes, and the whole town was hopping, even on a Saturday night in mid-January. So finally we get back to the restaurant, and it's got one of the coolest bars you'll see. This is the first floor, great vibe in there, but we ate on the second floor. I actually prefer it up there. It's an awesome room, great seating, and the kitchen's upstairs on the second floor. It's open so you can watch them prepare the food. This place, known for their cocktails, a lot of great signature tequila drinks, plenty of bottled beer, draft beer, and they sell wine in 6-ounce bottles. This is the Paloma, one of their signature cocktails, grapefruit and tequila. And this would be the Mexican razor blade, tequila, cucumber, lime, and sugar. As for the food, there's about everything you expect at the Mexican restaurant. Plenty of appetizer soups, a few salad options, a lot of signature custom tacos, burritos, enchiladas, and a lot of different sides, like the chips and salsa, of course, with this excellent guacamole. Just really good guacamole. Also came with the salsa, which I wasn't a huge fan of. This is the carne asada taco, and this was just stuffed full of meat. And the steak was a little tough, but still very good. And this is one of my favorite sides, Mexican street corn. This was a real treat. This would be the sweet chili shrimp. This would be a burrito bowl with shrimp. And here's the fish tacos with an awesome mango salsa on top. Overall, the food was great. For dessert, empanadas with cream cheese and strawberries, and these incredible churros. So overall, just a great time in Skaneateles. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, and I'll be back to the Elephant and the Dove often.
So yeah, the Elephant and the Dove, it was great. I mean, it's a real cool spot.
Yes.
There's a lot of places.
Yeah, the first thing that I was gonna mention and talk about is the ambiance. It's really is amazing. It's beautiful in there. It's got that cozy feel to it. You're comfortable. I know that you sat on the second floor. You said we were on the first floor, kind of like by the window and like this booth.
Yeah,
and
there's
it was
2 window seats.
Yeah, we were in that seat the last time I went, and I really, really loved the atmosphere.
You feel like you're somewhere further than Skaneateles.
Yes.
I feel like, if that makes sense. Well, Skaneateles as a whole is a very great town, and it's so cute, and it has a lot of beautiful restaurants. But I feel like, when you go there, you're like, oh, it feels like it should be not in New York City or something, but somewhere.
It's different than anything else.
Different than
especially
around
like Mexican
Finger Lakes.
Restaurants around here.
Not your typical Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when you think of Mexican restaurants, you got the Elephant and the Dove in Skaneateles and Rio Tomatlan and Canandaigua. They're like a little more upscale Mexican. But one thing that I didn't mention in the review is like Elephant and the Dove is really affordable. Like, your cocktails are $10 or $12. The entrees, like those tacos that I was showing you, the carne asada tacos I got, I think were $18.
Right. They have a great deal too. So I know that they do Margarita Mondays, which are $5 margaritas.
Ooh.
And for those types of specials, like usually on at restaurants, you're drinking straight sour mix and lime juice. But the margaritas were great. And then another thing that they have is dinner for 2. It's $49.95, I think, and then you get like nachos, 2 orders of tacos, and a pitcher of margaritas.
Wow.
No, wow.
So if
So
you're
it's
going
not
on a date,
Applebee's dollar margarita
so
day.
if you're going on a date night, you can get just that, and it's $50. And I mean, date nights for us at least are well over $50 nowadays in 2023. So
yeah, no, that is a great deal. And it's just like you said, the biggest thing that makes it different is it's not like the Mexican restaurants we're used to around here. It's upscale, like you said. A lot like Skaneateles as a whole, I feel like, is a little bit more upscale than some of the other towns. And that sounds bad to say, but they got it down.
Well, they got a lot working for them. I mean, being right on the lake is nice, but a lot of communities try to model themselves after they try to model themselves after Skaneateles. Sure.
Yeah. So, what are some of your other places that you love to visit when you go to Skaneateles?
So hands down.
Before this,
yeah.
the thing is that it's a you go to they don't accept reservations.
Yeah.
And so you have to go in and they'll say, well, 45 minutes. So then what are you going to do? Most places that would kind of suck, but you just walk down the street in Skaneateles and there's a ton of different options.
Yes, I agree.
Right.
It's a beautiful little town. You know, there are so many places you can go. You had mentioned, where did you go?
We went to Lake House Pub.
Lake House
that
Pub.
night on Saturday night.
Blue
I've never
Water
been
is
there.
one that,
Yep.
you know, we always go
classic.
to. Yeah, it's a classic. And there's a bunch, like Sherwood Inn is
Yep,
another
you can
one.
stop in for a drink at
You
Sherwood.
can do a little, you know, crawl of Skaneateles, and there's so many different places you can stop.
Yep,
And in the summer alone, you can just walk up and down those shops, the little shops they have by the lake, and
Just being by the water.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yep, you could walk down to Kloop Park and hang out down there if it's summer. You could go to the bar at the Krebs,
oh
Yes.
yep,
which the Krebs and Elephant and Dove, both owned by Adam Weitzman,
mm-hmm.
the scrap metal magnate of Northeast and big Syracuse basketball booster
Oh,
and football.
he knows more than we do on
Yes,
that
he
man.
does.
But yeah, look, I'd recommend Elephant and Dove to anybody. It's sometimes when I hear we're going there, I'm like, oh, we don't even have reservations, so who knows? Like, they could tell you an hour and a half, and that's happened before, where they're like, oh, sorry, it's at least an hour and a half. And it's like, okay, and
Don't
that,
go too hungry.
yeah.
Well, the problem is
know
too,
that you're gonna wait at least a half an hour.
we went to the Skaneateles Brewery first, and then down to Skaneateles and got her checked in 45 minutes, Lake House Pub. I had a couple beers, and I don't like beer that
I was gonna
much.
say you drink a beer.
I know, but we went to the
Sounded weird.
Skaneateles Brewery, so
Yeah.
it
Right.
was like, and there's a distillery there too, but I also wasn't looking, hard liquor and me don't get along too well. We get along great, but
Right.
the people I'm with don't necessarily get along with me when I'm. But anyway,
Anyway,
I had to drink a couple beers, and now we're gonna go eat, and I was already like full. Like I can.
That's why I don't like to drink beer.
Right. Like it.
I wouldn't know. I'm always hungry and I don't drink beer. So when I'm going to a place, I'm like looking at the menu the day before, the night before. I'm like, what do I want to get? And I plan it all out. And then I get there and I'm like, I have no clue what I want. Everything looks amazing. What are you getting? What are you getting? And I don't even focus on the drinks. It's like the drinks are great, but I'm still
Elephant and
more
Dove
focused on the
also
food.
has a great cocktail menu.
Oh, it's like the best. It really is. Like the bar and the way they make their cocktails, the size of them, the way they look. It's like
upscale and beautiful.
Definitely perfect. And I should mention too, our waitress Melissa was like really friendly, really great. Made her time there. On Saturday night.
The
Awesome.
hostess, the bartender, the server, like that. I mean, and really, that's one of the things that really makes an experience important when you're going out to eat. Because if you have bad service, it really doesn't matter how good the food is. But a good server also can turn things around. So if it's a long wait or, you know what I mean?
Well, they didn't have one of the soup. Like I sat down, I'm like, I'm going to get this. I can't remember what it was. There was two soups, a chicken tortilla, and the other one was, I can't remember, but that's the one I wanted, and they were out of it. But it didn't matter because our waitress Melissa was just
friendly and great and
Yeah.
happy to help.
What did you get when you were there? Do you remember?
So yeah, we got a bunch of appetizers. I honestly can't remember all of them. I do specifically remember the nachos because they were delicious.
Yeah, and the guac is really good.
Yeah, the guac is fantastic. I ended up
hungry.
getting the burrito bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go
And
wrong with the burrito
I love
bowl.
a
With
I
like
love a
chicken or
burrito.
shrimp or beef?
I got chicken. So I got that, and then I remember Tyler got this massive, covered in cheese, I think, burrito that looked amazing.
Like an enchilada or a burrito?
Burrito.
A burrito?
Yeah.
Does anyone want Mexican for lunch by any chance?
I would,
Because-
if I had to put money on Jim potentially going to El Bajío, I think I'd win that.
Yeah, me too. Just like that putt that we could put money on if he would make or not. But like we can all agree clearly, Skaneateles is a great place to stop. Go for the day, go for the night.
Yes. And then my all-time favorite, it's obviously not right in town, but have to give a shout out to Rosalie's. One of the best Italian restaurants that I've ever been to. They take reservations in the summer. They have an amazing patio. You can stop at the bakery and grab some fresh bread after, or pastries.
Their fresh bread is legendary.
Desserts. I love Rosalie's. I think that it's amazing there.
Me too. I love Rosalie's, and the thing about Rosalie's, and you're not going to walk from downtown to Rosalie's.
No.
It's a little bit. It's by
Right.
Mirbeau, kind of, but
Can't forget Maribel.
a lot of times when I go to Rosalie's, I tend to get the same thing, the chicken saltimbocca, I think.
Yeah, that's
But when I get there, sometimes I look at their menu and nothing like jumps out to me. But then anything you get is going to be great. So it's just I've gone to Rosalie's a lot, and the same phenomenon happens where I go sit down, and I look at the menu, and I'm thinking I'm going to get something different than what I normally get, and nothing really stands
the
out
beef
to me.
carpaccio, right?
Oh, I love the
That
carpaccio.
is-
Mamma
I
mia.
ate that whole thing by myself.
Yeah,
like
and
Tyler
it's a
didn't
big
want
platter of
it.
raw steak.
Capers and
Yep, and the
I-
nice dressing they put on it
yeah.
with the bread, the fresh bread that they always bring to the table. It's always warm. Great wine list, but yeah, I do love
So
Rosalie's.
hungry.
But like I say, I look at that menu and I'm like, I don't know. But whatever you get is going to blow you away.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been to Skaneateles in a while,
We just gave you a lot of options.
you
Yes.
need to go.
And
I feel like people think it's far, but in reality,
No.
it's really not.
yeah,
No.
it's
You know.
40 minutes from
Yeah.
Seneca Falls.
Yeah.
Right. And that's, like,
obviously,
normal.
Like 10 minutes from Auburn.
Yeah, that's normal travel time around the Finger Lakes when you want to go to
if
different
you live in
places.
Canandaigua, it's going to be tough to get Skaneateles. It's going to be a little bit of a hike. But
Yeah.
for us here in Seneca Falls, but
It's worth
the
it.
drive, sure. And one other place in Skaneateles that you can't go wrong is Doug's Fish Fry. I'll
Oh,
go to Doug's Fish Fry any day of the week. I'll get
So
some
I
of those.
have to admit, I have never had Doug's Fish Fry.
Oh my god.
you
I've
haven't?
never had Doug's Fish
Well,
Fry.
you
And they
can't
come
get it-
here, right?
They
Is that-
do.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
It's
Yeah,
not the
I
same.
agree.
Okay.
It is the same in a way that it is pretty good, but like they only have onion rings on Thursday, and their onion rings are like my favorite thing. And they have milkshakes there that are amazing. They have lobster rolls in the restaurant.
That's what I would always get. Paul, did you end up getting Doug's Fish Fry last week when we talked about it?
We had a criminally depressing moment. The
Oh, no.
generator was down. So
Oh.
they couldn't serve anybody,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Now, have you been to
But-
the Doug's Fish Fry
I have not.
in
No.
Skaneateles?
What? Oh my
And I'm-
goodness,
and
field
I'm a-
trip.
And I'm a seafood guy. Like, seafood's pretty much A1 for me, so.
I love a good
think it's
lobster
gotta
roll.
happen.
I
And
love
they
a
have
lobster.
some decent lobster rolls at Doug's Fish Fry,
Yeah.
but I also like their scallops that they have, their fried scallops and fried
Clams.
shrimp and all
Fried
that.
clams.
Yeah, which you can't get the full experience unless you go to the actual location for sure.
Yeah, no, the actual location is 5 times better than the Doug's Fish Fry food truck.
Right, which people really, really love the food truck.
Yeah, the
so
food
that's
truck's
saying
good.
a lot. So yeah, we've touched base on pretty much all the top notch places to go, and they have so many others.
The one more place in Skaneateles is Moro's Kitchen.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Did you ever
forgot
eat
about
there,
that.
Anybody?
I haven't. I've been to Morrow's Table a lot, but I've never been
Yeah,
to
Moro's
Kitchen.
Table is great. Moro's Kitchen is similar. It's a little, I guess, a little more casual, but not really. It's a similar menu. It's fantastic, and that's in the place that used to be called the Pasta Garage, which was a nice place too.
Ooh.
But Moro's Kitchen, I've only been there twice. I've been there twice, and I want to go back there too. Just too many restaurants, not enough time.
Yeah, if TJ's listening, I figured out we should go to Skaneateles next for our dinner date night.
And that's the problem too. Like one reason I was able to go to Doug's Fish Fry so much is I'd always go to the soccer
Oh,
dome
Marcellus.
in Marcellus with
Yep.
my daughter.
Indoor soccer.
Oh.
Yep. And so I would have to drive up, and we'd always drive through Skaneateles on the way home. So a lot of times we'd stop at Blue Water Grill. And
That's where
eat.
we always went. My mom always took me to Blue Water
Yeah.
Grill after soccer.
But
Yeah,
I
and
was
nice and
always-
smelly.
I was always pushing for Doug's Fish Fry.